All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CADcast episode number 816. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who should have been painting miniatures or practicing guitar, but was probably watching the State of the Union address, Wombat.
Spoiler alert, I didn't do any of those things.
A man who was jacking off in a sock, Wombat.
No, I don't have. I have like a special cloth for that.
Fancy.
Sock. What do I look like? A heathen?
Like a college student?
I'm an adult.
Right. Nice. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Let's get off Wombat masturbating as soon as possible and change the subject to anything. How you doing, Wombat?
Hanging in there, I guess. It's, it is.
What do you mean?
It is what it is out there. Although
But you, how's it in there, though?
You know what? It's been a very distracting week because my son had, in the last 4 days, we've had 3 concerts to go to that he was performing in.
Right.
So
it's good concerts.
Yeah. One of them was very good. He performed in the Long Island String Festival, which is all the best, orchestra players in the county. And a lot of kids apply and very few get in, and they do an intensive 2-day rehearsal thing, and then they put on a concert. And that sounds pretty close to like a professional concert at their age. And that's really impressive and really good. And that was Sunday afternoon. And that was like, wow, that's some good stuff.
What were
And
the
then
shitty ones?
The next day we had the regular middle school orchestra.
Those are rough.
And, my son is but one. And he was the only person from his grade. He was the only person from his school that was in the Long Island String Festival.
Oh, I thought that was his position.
Yeah, me
in
too.
The orchestra. He's but one.
But one. No.
But two, there's but three.
Right.
He was the only person from his school that
You have to practice hard to be but one, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
You have to do your 30 minutes a day.
So, it's not like everyone is I'll brag. Not everyone is as skilled as he is. So, it sounds like what it sounds like.
That's not you, though. It's him. You can't brag for somebody else.
That's true. I can, as his parent. I think I earned the right as my progeny, as my creation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But one. You made but one.
But one, exactly. So he was one of many bases.
I'm excited to not go to any more fucking concerts. I got one more play, and that's it. And I'm out.
It's for now. So you think. But,
what do you mean? There's going to be more?
You never know.
How am I not? What do you mean I'm not going to know? How's there going to be more?
There could be a grandchild one that you have to go to.
You don't have to really go to those, do you?
80-year-old.
My parents don't go to those. They would, though. They do go, actually, when they're around.
Exactly. There's always more.
I don't have to go, though.
And tonight was jazz band, and that's done. So here we are.
I was in jazz band. The jazz band is usually the best player, so the jazz band's usually the best performer.
The jazz band was good, but they started with the 6th grade band, which just sounds like someone dropping a tuba down a flight of stairs.
Right.
And but so you have to wait till you get to the jazz band portion, which was pretty good. He plays electric bass in that, not stand-up bass, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Did you go like this? Boom.
That's all he does. They do their thing. They play saxophone for like 5 minutes. Then he stands up and he goes boom, and he sits down, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's just applause.
I was in all the bands, so I remember what the band sounded like, and I remember feeling bad for the parents in junior high school.
Yeah. So you gotta hit that point where it gets good again. And our school takes the music a little too seriously sometimes, which I guess is a good thing, but
right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how Shipwreck is now displaying the music that he's listening to on the video feed, but it's fucking up his video feed also.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like flashing in and out sometimes.
Right.
I haven't figured that out yet.
He's listening to Zooey Deschanel sing the Beach Boys.
No, it says God only knows. Anxiety. Oh, now it's
not
switching.
Anymore. Yeah, now it's switching. He was listening to.
I was.
Man, I can confirm. I had a whole bit planned about how. All right, but you ruined the bit already. All right, forget that I said that. We can see what he's listening to. Hey, did you know that through Zoom I can hack into your headphones and we can all listen to what you're listening to in there? Did you know that?
No, I did
No,
not know.
I did not.
Did not know that.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Chiefy.
Let's hear what Shipwreck's listening to. Oh, man. You think that would get tiring?
Nah,
After
that's
a
the whole
while.
episode. I just listened to that.
Oh, right. And then, there's this. Yeah, there could be this.
He's the new sensation in the nation, Pizza Boy USA.
You know this one?
He's the flying saucer.
I
heard this in the local pizza place the other day.
Pizza Boy USA.
And I was really impressed with
He's
it.
getting ready now. Listen to
It's pretty much the best song I've ever heard.
Pizza Boy USA.
I'll add that to
Toss a
playlist.
pizza, roll a pizza up and all around the Pizza Boy.
It's pretty fantastic. I have a few more.
Interesting.
I have a few
You
more.
have a few more. You can save them.
Is it the only podcast cats ask for by name?
If you can guess what this song is, you get a lot of points.
Now the time has come.
That's the Electric Blue one.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That's-
played that on this before, though.
Oh, I did?
so,
Oh.
Yeah. But I do remember that. I was alive in the 80s.
I recently, I've been trying to
Watch
find.
that.
Well, I've been trying to find the full video of the intro song, and it's surprisingly hard to find because there's a version that was posted to YouTube like 15 years ago, but it's censored. It doesn't have. It's just like a lot of black screen and text about what it's supposed to be on the screen.
That checks.
So
Yeah.
I recently this week found on a porn site like a full episode of Electric Blue from like 1988 or something like
I'm
that.
sure it's surprisingly tame. That's my guess.
I didn't even watch it. I just saw that they had the full 2-minute intro with all the
You don't want to
uncensored.
watch that
and-
every, because all the women are dead. So you don't want to watch that.
No, that's not what it's about. It's just about the vibes in the opening video. And so it's my job as a historian now to get that video, censor it properly, and upload it to YouTube where it can remain forever and
I think
everybody
that-
can enjoy it.
I think that's a
Thank you
worthwhile
for
pursuit.
your yeah. Thank you, Mr. Historian
Thank
and
you.
Tree Attorney General.
Alternate
Deputy
tree.
tree.
Alternate tree.
Alternate Tree Attorney General. So
yeah.
is this working for people? Can they see this on my screen? I don't know.
It's going to be very small in the three. Well, for people listening to the audio only version can definitely not see it. The people watching on YouTube, it's going to be pretty small unless they're watching it on like
It
a
took me all of
big.
like 5 minutes to set this up, so I think I can tweak it. I can really
Okay.
perfect the craft here.
Hey, what are
I
you
feel
listening?
like you've been listening to that same Good Charlotte song for longer than the length of that Good Charlotte song.
Just you wait.
No, wait. He's listening to an old episode of the Transformers now.
Oh, there we go.
Superior, Wombat inferior.
Wow, I don't remember that
Very good.
episode.
Wow.
Classic.
Ship's not going to be listening to us. He's too busy motoring.
Right. And having his video fuck up.
Mhm.
Just for a second, just enough to annoy you.
Right. It's just like a seizure. Just enough to give me a seizure and everybody
Right.
watching at home a seizure. Should we do some show feedback?
Sure. There's a lot here that you put. I appreciate you putting it on. I had a kind of a busy day, so. I will start with DBX Runner, who said, "Hi Wombat, I picked up mini painting as a hobby distraction during the pandemic with really no prior artistic experience, and for me it's been great for getting my mind off things and just focusing on painting after a long day of work. Kids the world." And then he goes on to say that his game of choice is Marvel United, which is fairly inexpensive. Anyway, he just wanted to validate my thoughts of mini painting as a chill distraction or hobby. Hope you find something that works for you. Leading into Teskov 1999 saying, "I like the part where Wombat is like, you know what I'd really like to learn? Explain what he wants to learn." Then Cheapy immediately dismisses it without missing a beat. Made me chuckle. Good show. It was fine. Yeah.
My point was that my hobby was neater. Wasn't likely to make a mess or a clutter.
I don't think it doesn't really make much of a mess. It's actually kind of a small space hobby, which was part of why I was interested in it.
But you're accumulating more figures that take up space.
Well, yeah, but they're like this big. The whole point is that they're small and they fit in a shoebox that you can,
I see.
slide it.
Okay,
or
I'm
you
not too
get a
familiar with
small-
it. I got to be honest.
That's why they're called miniatures. Which
Got it.
and you're painting these.
Could be
you have
smaller.
to wear like special glasses, and you so you could see.
Oh, with magnifying glasses?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and you paint. It's supposed to be a very relaxing sort of taking your mind off of kind of a hobby
I get it.
thing. So I thought it could be good for a guy like me that could use something that takes your mind off of things
Right.
for a little bit.
You can paint the Hulk's groin.
Exactly. You decided that no, I'm stupid, and let's shit on your dreams.
I'll stand by that.
Yeah. A few people reached out to me. A couple people were kind of a little pissed that you were so dismissive. of
Fuck those
mine.
people.
Sure they were.
I'm just letting you know.
Those
Uh-huh.
people should listen to the show.
I know.
Plenty
it's
of people
fine.
were saying that.
Yeah.
I know. People were.
A lot of people
Listen,
were saying things.
Many people were saying it was the greatest hobby of all time.
Right.
There were hundreds of the highest ratings this show has ever gotten.
All I'm saying is if you practice the guitar enough, maybe one day your name can appear in Shipwreck's scroll across the top of his screen.
Ooh, that would be good.
That
Yep.
would be something. It's better than Night Ranger.
Better than painting Wolverine's cock.
I don't know.
Yeah, have you tried it?
I was gonna say. I don't know. Are we doing more of this?
I don't know. What else is here? You can if you want. Why not? What else do we have to do?
Sleepy Walrus 69 said, "Great show. Been listening since Black Friday Xbox 360 days. I work from home and play you guys in the background for like 8 hours unless my wife walks in. Cheers,
Fellas.
These
He said
shows-
fellas.
these
Don't leave
fellas.
out the fellas.
fellas.
How do people know
This-
they're talking about us?
This show is not 8 hours long. Is he just
No, he's just
listening
listening to 8 hours. He's listening to old episodes.
The
Think about how many
classics.
hours of episodes there are.
That's crazy.
Almost, probably over 1,000 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
Mm.
Too many hours.
That's a lot of hours.
Right.
Thank
I
you.
listen to Howard Stern like all day sometimes when I'm home and working. And
I listen to
it
the
over and over.
Lonely Island podcast is one that I listen to when I'm home working.
'Cause you're lonely?
Because I'm lonely.
And
It's
you live
cool.
on
It's
Long Island.
I like the Lonely Island. They go through all their digital shorts in order and they reflect back on the making
Oh,
of
that's
that.
cool.
And it's with Seth Meyers, who was head writer at the time, and they talk about the ones that worked and the ones that didn't, and it's and they have some guests on every now and again, but it's mostly just the four of them. It's a fun podcast. Yes. And
Unlike
it's not
this
too
one.
long. Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
unlike this one, which is too
Unlike
long.
this. Exactly. Too long and no fun at all.
I just
Exactly.
can't take my eyes off of Wombat's curtains now because it looks like somebody's tied them in a way that they're trying to climb out a window.
Oh yeah, it's they're tied over because I put the new coffee machine over there.
In the
So-
curtains?
No,
Oh, in front of the curtains.
in front of the curtains. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's that blue. There's a little bit of blue. You can kind of see it.
You could fit at least 3 miniatures between the coffee machine and the curtains.
Yeah, I got one of them fancy Nespresso machines.
That's the one that people wait online for at the mall so they can get their free
Yes.
samples. That's how you know it's fancy.
Mm-hmm.
You-
Yeah, I have to be one of those. I haven't done that yet, so
I see people doing that all the time. Like, what are you guys
I don't-
doing? Like,
I
what?
don't know.
It's like
They-
what do you even get when you?
I don't
get to-
even know. I don't even know. No one sent me an invitation to the mall to stand on a line yet.
Wait, you
but
need
I
an
have seen a
invitation
line.
to stand on the
No,
line?
I don't know.
Oh.
I honestly don't know. I have no idea why
Yeah.
people stand on the Nespresso line. I don't know if I would do it. I mean, I sent me some
I
free
bet you
samples.
could.
It depends on the line.
You would do it.
Trust me. There are certain things that even I'm like, no. If it's too long, if there's a wait, I'm not waiting in the
I think
mall.
it's probably just like a little plastic cup of coffee to try, right? Like a little
I'm like,
tiny
yeah.
cup.
Yeah, see, no,
I
I
would
would not
imagine.
wait for that. I would not wait for that. So there.
Okay. See,
It's
You're-
good
we're
coffee
wrong.
though.
Is it?
Coffee, yeah.
I like. You know what I like? I like Le Pain Quotidien. You know that place?
Yeah, they have the good chocolate croissants.
Am I saying it right? I don't even speak French very well.
mm-hmm.
Is that très bien?
Très
Yes.
bien.
But I like that. Their coffee's very strong. I mean, I get a latte, so that's like wimpy coffee, but I like it. Should we do watch this, jerks?
Sure, there's a lot here.
Is
'cause I
there?
watch too much.
Is there? Is this all you?
Yeah, most of it. Pretty much.
I'm in there a little. You'll be
All right.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm going first.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it away. Let's go by the
I-
thing that's first on the list, maybe.
Yeah. I watched the first episode of two that are out of Daredevil. the Daredevil. Like, is it a reboot? I don't know what you want to call it. Daredevil MCU.
We're back.
Daredevil's back, and now on Disney.
Daredevil. Everyone was available.
Everyone was yes.
Everyone was very available and willing. That was the subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
Daredevil will all work for scale.
How much ass kicking is in the first 2 episodes?
I've only watched the first episode, so
Okay.
I can't comment on the second one.
How many hallways?
That's what I wanna know.
There is a really good opening sequence fight in the first episode,
Good.
but that is pretty much all of the fighting in the first episode.
You didn't answer my question.
Hallway
It's-
fighting?
There is hallway fighting.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
There we
Yeah.
go.
We need
There
hallway
is
fighting.
hallway fighting. It's a good fight. It's a pretty messy fight. It does its job. I would like there to be more fighting, but I guess
We're gonna
I
save
don't want to
some for
spoil.
later.
I don't want to spoil it.
Good.
I mean, I'm gonna watch the second episode. I watched the first episode with Elliot, so I can't watch the second one without him because he told me that. And I'm waiting for him to not have a musical performance so we could sit down and watch it together, which will hopefully be tomorrow. But
How
yeah,
is this rated? Is this super gory and is there sex
it
in
was
it?
it was pretty bloody. There was no sex,
Hmm.
but that doesn't mean there won't be sex. But
Hmm.
definitely blood. They didn't shy away from the blood in the first episode.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll watch that for sure.
I might.
Yeah,
I like the other
yeah.
ones. They're good.
Yeah, watch it.
Wait,
If
is it
you
too much
wa-
talking? Sounds like it might
There's
be
a
too much
lot of
talking.
talk. There's a lot of talking in the first episode,
Yeah.
but I will say that some of the talking is pretty interesting.
Because I'm thinking back to the original Daredevil,
Mhm.
and I remember now when now you're saying one fight in the first episode, and I'm like, wait a minute, I remember discussing this on the show. It was too much talk. It was like a whole extra episode they could have taken out of the whole series, probably. Like
That's
a
what
whole
I'm curious to
40
see.
minutes worth or
Yeah,
something.
I want to see if they can pull this off. I know that there was a lot of
I bet
back
they
and
can.
forth and stuff.
I bet
a
they're
lot
gonna
of
make the
rewrites.
Mm-hmm.
episodes. They're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
But is it going to be good? Are we going to
Yeah,
complain
yes.
like the last time?
We'll see.
It is going to be enough.
Enough
Mhm.
Daredevil. We need fighting.
Yeah.
Don't let us down, Disney. I almost canceled you. I came very close to canceling Disney.
Mm.
Because now they're just like, it's mostly like a lot of stuff's on Hulu now. And they're just like they're like importing the stuff from Hulu.
Well, now you can watch all the Hulu stuff on the Disney Plus app.
Right,
You only have to
that's-
open one app.
That's so you don't notice that they don't have that much stuff.
Yeah.
Can you watch all of it now? I feel like I can't find it all, and then I have to open up Hulu and find it in Hulu.
I
think
think
it's-
it's all of it.
mm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the
Not
last
all.
things I like. Okay, then
I
not
don't, I don't think it's all. It's like Hulu Light or something is on Disney Plus because
The
I always
good-
go,
the-
oh, that's on Hulu, and I open up Disney Plus and go, oh, not this Hulu, the other
Right.
Hulu.
Right. I think maybe only their big things that they're trying to push out. I don't know. Maybe like, is Paradise on Hulu? I mean, on Disney?
What's Paradise?
That's the new hot show. You haven't heard of Paradise?
No.
It's on
Korean?
Hulu. I don't even really want to tell you about it because it's one of these shows that has got a twist in it, and that's really all I want to say. But it's
Are they all dead?
Dan Fogelberg, who's the one guy is a singer and one guy's a TV writer.
Dan Fogelberg, I believe, is the old Lang Syne singer.
So we don't
He
want
is.
that. I want the other guy. I think is who I'm thinking of.
Dan Trachtenberg?
Oh yeah, that maybe. Fogelberg. No, wait, I don't know. Let me look. Paradise. It's Dan Fogelman.
Fogelman.
Yeah. Anyway, we watched the first episode. It's solid. It's like a thriller, Secret Service situation. I don't want to really give any more away than that. But it was very cool. First episode. I'm going to watch more. Howard Stern says it's one of his favorite shows ever. But he has bad taste. So I wouldn't go
Maybe.
by that. But I'll keep watching it. We just watched the first episode.
Cool. You know what I did watch because it came up in the last show that I wasn't going to watch it, and a bunch of people reached out to me and said, that actor from that Spider-Man cartoon apparently felt really bad about what he said, and the show creator put out a statement, and it was like a whole thing. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give it a shot. I like I like Spider-Man. I like animated series And what else am I going to do with my life? I need to watch things that aren't the news. So I put on Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and I wound up binging the whole thing.
So it was good.
It was good. It is good. There's a lot of like it's a really interesting concept. It might not be what you think, because originally when they were introducing the show, it was supposed to be the MCU Spider-Man that we know, but like what happened right before he became part of the MCU, like early days of Spider-Man,
Right.
pre Iron Man finds him.
Wrestling Randy Macho Man Savage,
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Exactly. But it's
hanging
not
upside down, making out with chicks.
it's not that. It's more like a multiverse what if kind of concept, where it's a different Peter Parker in a different universe, where one change happens that changes everything. And yeah, it's
He has an
interesting.
extra arm.
Yeah.
Comes right out of his
it's-
chest.
Basically, I mean, it's in the first. It's the cold open of the first episode. It's not that big a spoiler, but he winds up not going to Empire State High School. The science school. It basically gets blown up in the first 5 minutes of the show, so he can't go to that school anymore, and he has to go to just this regular Forest Hills high school with a different group of kids, and that just changes the trajectory of everything.
It's where my parents went.
Yeah, there you go. So it's cool. It's got some fun characters, some fun C-list and D-list, characters in there. What's his name? Coleman Domingo, who 2-time Oscar-nominated actor, the last 2 years. He plays Norman Osborn, and he kind of steals the whole show. Like he's the highlight of it. Norman Osborn plays a really big part in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is like a side plot with the character Lonnie, who he goes to high school with. I knew who he was right away because I'm
Big
a
nerd.
nerd. I'm a nerd. It's fine, but they spend a little too much time on his subplot. Like I know where this is going. I actually want to watch the Spider-Man show, not the Lonnie Lincoln show. Maybe if they had cut his parts down in half. I know the episodes only would have been like 16 minutes long, but it might have made for a better show. Other than that, it's a very good show. So,
Nice.
mhm.
Is that Disney Plus also?
That is Disney Plus also. You can watch that. You don't have to.
I won't.
I'm just saying you could.
You said too many Lincoln Logs. Sounds bad.
Too many Lincoln Logs. You might. You know what though? Because you don't know anything, you might like that more.
Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm. Because you know nothing. You know nothing about nothing.
I could be entertained by flashing lights, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Shipwreck should definitely watch it though, because he likes the Spider-Man.
I'll check it out.
But he's totally
Oh,
frozen
he's
now.
completely frozen.
I am now. I'm
I thought
frozen.
he was just
Stupid
staring
thing.
at me with disdain.
Man, I got this totally
that's my-
backwards.
Shipwreck superior. Wombat inferior.
Way
I don't
off.
think so.
I was fucking
I
way
really
off.
thought, I'm like, wow, Shipwreck really hates what I'm talking about.
I wasn't
things.
sure. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
It's like, wow, he's really
Yeah.
angry about
I think that's what we
Spider-Man.
got the rest of the episode.
Shanafan's gonna be pissed.
That's all right.
Both
You can
of
still see
guys.
the music scrolling though.
Mm,
That's great. Fucking great.
angry. Just angry.
Killed my bit and the
angriest.
video on the episode. Perfect.
Eh,
And he just looks like he's not even smiling in this fucking thing.
No, it just looks
He looks
agitated.
pissed off.
Mhm.
I need at least a picture of him smiling on here. I can put one over there. Hold on, wait. I can find one on my. Do I have one here? I have
let,
this.
me see if I can.
I'm
see what I can
frozen
do
now
here.
too.
No, he's
You're
not.
frozen now too.
No, he's joking.
Yeah, he is. He
He's
is.
joking. He's joking. You're
Let
fucked.
me see what I can do.
Yeah, nobody watches this thing anyway.
I'll try some things.
I'll just keep talking while you're trying
That's
things.
okay. I can talk about the next thing I watched.
What's that?
I watched the season premiere. Actually, I'm up to date on Reacher.
There's probably a
Season
lot
3
of fighting in
Reacher.
that.
There is a good amount of fighting in that. The funny thing about that is I'm watching the first episode, when it started of the season, and my wife was sitting next to me on the couch, and I go, I asked her, I go, I'm going to, Reacher started. Do you mind if I start watching Reacher? She's like, I don't care what you do. And I start watching it, and like 30, 40 minutes into the episode, we had to like leave soon. And she's like, I hate you. I go watch because now I'm invested in this stupid show and I'm gonna have to watch every episode with you.
She likes the
So,
guy.
She liked the where the show was going.
She
was
likes
actually
that
interested
man
in
meat.
Man Meat.
What's that guy's name?
Alan Richardson.
Right.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. He's a big
Right.
man. But
He's a big hunk of man. He's built like like stuck
Hold on.
shipwreck. He's built like Bruce Wayne in the original Batman animated series.
Yes.
Remember when they drew Bruce Wayne and he was just like a shape that humans are not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
He's a giant man.
Right.
He does his Reacher stuff.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's a fun watch.
Right.
You know, who doesn't like watching Reacher? Yeah.
Shipwreck,
So-
how come you can't fix your video?
I don't know. It's I'm gonna try some things still. I think I gotta unplug some stuff. We'll
Like
see
Did you
what
happens here.
unplug the camera and plug it back in?
I have not. That's what I got. I gotta
Right.
tracing the cable to where it goes.
Right. I watched the movie. Let's talk about movies now.
Yeah, you watched a movie.
I watched. Did it win an Oscar or the
Yes,
act?
it did.
It won Best Picture.
No, it won an Oscar
Oh,
for Best Supporting Actor.
got it. Well, it was A Real Pain,
Mhm.
and it's Kieran Culkin won the Oscar. Didn't it win 2 Oscars? I thought it won 2. Best screenplay.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
I don't think
Best
Jesse Eisenberg won.
screenplay 2025. Honora.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right.
But you
Well,
also saw. Did you think Honora was the best movie of the year? I know you watched it. Hey, you're
hey,
back.
fixed it.
I'm the smartest man alive.
Yes.
Shipwreck superior.
Thank you.
Wombat inferior.
Suck it, Wombat.
No, thank you.
I would say that both of those movies, Honora and A Real Pain, were good, very good movies. Great movies, but not what I would think of either movie or not what I would think of when I think of like an Oscar-winning movie. But I'm wrong, obviously. But A Real Pain was, I would definitely recommend that one. I didn't think it was like, well, it didn't win the Oscar for Best Picture, but and I just don't know like how much heavy lifting of acting that was for in that role specifically. Like he plays like a jerky kind of guy who's sad also, which I don't know. It was entertaining.
I
The
could've won
writing
that
was
Oscar.
really good. I thought like that stood out to me. Like the writing was really clever and good and funny. And and bittersweet also. So all those good things. It's a nice, if you want to like a nice 1-2 Holocaust-esque or Holocaust adjacent movies, you can go with the Zone of Influence, or no, not Zone of Influence. What's that called? Zone of, fuck, I always forget what it's called. Whatever. That one won an Oscar for sure. The best foreign film.
2-3 zone.
No, Zone of Interest. Zone of Interest.
Mhm.
And then you can watch A Real Pain after, and then you can have 2 movies that have
Yeah,
concentration camps in them.
I'm good in that
But they're not.
in that genre.
It's interesting though. You wouldn't watch A Real Pain?
My wife watched it already, so I have
Oh,
no need to.
she doesn't give a shit what you do. You can watch it by
Really?
yourself. You're
She
allowed.
really doesn't.
It's on one of the services, Max, I think.
No,
Perhaps.
it's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay, there you go. I watched that on Hulu. Yeah, Real Pain.
Did this next film win any major awards?
It did. It did.
Good.
It won
Okay.
the Wombat Award for movie I watched last week.
I watched this
Fantastic.
movie also because
Oh wow!
because
I feel like I should have watched this movie. That way
Wow.
we could have
It
really
was-
dug into this.
it was against my will, to be honest.
What did your son wanted to watch it?
No, my friend / neighbor is trying to make a movie that involves, it's like a creature horror movie. So he wanted to watch some sort of creature horror movie, and it's not really that, but we couldn't really find anything to agree to watch like in a short amount of time, and it was just right there on the front page of Netflix, and he was like, how about this? And I was more interested in watching that than VHS, which is what he wanted to watch.
Okay,
Because I figured at least I could talk about it now.
you guys just scrolling through the V's.
And just so you know, so everyone knows what movie we're talking about. We
Oh, yeah,
watched
sorry.
Yeah, we watched Venom 3.
The Last Dance.
Venom: The Last Dance.
Oh, I should have prepared Venom voice.
I don't remember much dancing in the first two.
No, but there is
oh.
dancing in part 3.
Well, of course there is.
Eddie, it's more like this. It's Eddie. Eddie, I want to eat his brain, Eddie. I want to eat his brain, Eddie. Ooh, chocolate. Tell him thank you for the chocolate bar.
It's not a good movie, by the way.
It is a bad movie, and I also enjoyed it.
There's some good lines in it. Venom has some good lines.
It is a dumb as hell movie. Okay, this is the Venom tier of quality. It is 1, 3, 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Venom 2 is pretty bad. Venom 2 is bad. Unfortunately, not watchable. Venom 1 is surprisingly good. Like, oh, this is a movie that I could watch. Venom 3, it's a movie. There's worse. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot worse than Venom 1. Venom 2 is just bad, and it's not fun to watch.
So,
Venom
right.
3 is bad, but fun to watch.
Venom 3 is the RoboCop 2 of
Yes.
RoboCop.
It is definitely the RoboCop 2 of the Venom movies.
It's really RoboCop 2.5, I would say, to be honest. It's not quite as good as RoboCop 2,
Yeah,
I would say.
but
Did
But
they
it
finally
is-
convince Spider-Man to show up in this one?
No.
no, there is no Spider-Man that shows up in this. But there is a decent amount of Venom.
Oh,
Eh,
good.
He has a
Yeah.
lot of lines that he makes a lot of jokes.
Yep, there is no girlfriend. There's no doctor.
Dr. Robert, or what was his
Yeah,
name?
Doctor something like that. Yeah, he's not in it.
He's not. I don't understand how you can have a Venom movie without the
Dancing?
doctor.
Without dancing? Without a
the-
dance scene? A dance
Yeah.
number? Is that what you're going to say? Because then you'd be satisfied. You're going to say, why is this happening? And you'd be wondering if Venom does Venom dance in the comics, Wombat? Does he have
Not
that, like,
I'm aware of.
does Venom in the I don't remember Venom in the comics having like this sort of like fun attitude that he has in the movie.
He doesn't.
He doesn't, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. We're just wondering. Okay. Because he's like
It's
very
also,
jokey and
like,
fun.
There's been a bunch of Venoms. Venom isn't even. I don't even think Venom is Eddie Brock anymore. I don't
Dr.
think.
Dr. Dan. Probably
Dr.
Dr. Dan
Dan.
is probably Venom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, is Flash still Venom?
No,
I
Flash
haven't-
hasn't been Venom in a long time. I think
Cool.
Flash may still be a symbiote, but I'm
Flash
not
Thompson
sure.
you're talking about, not
Yes,
Flash.
Flash- Yeah, Flash Thompson was Agent
Flash.
Venom after he lost his legs in Afghanistan.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
He was pretty cool. He was one of the Guardians of the Galaxy for a little while,
Sure.
you know. So that's kind of cool.
Now everything's just Venom, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like 7 Venoms. So,
And this
Yeah.
movie had Venom Venoms.
yes, it
Basically.
does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not good shit, but you'll like it
Mhm.
enough. Fair enough.
I think Shib will like it enough where he'll go, "Oh yeah, there's a good amount of Venom in this movie."
Yeah. You'll be satisfied with the
Yeah,
VQ.
Yep, exactly. It's got a good Venom quotient.
All right, what else we got here?
I watched a movie about aliens
Uh-huh.
with my
Yes, you did.
kids.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Have you heard of E.T.?
Uh-huh. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Never
This is
heard
still
of
on
it.
our kick of we need to watch all the movies before we ride the rides.
Uh-huh. Is there an ET ride?
Yes,
There is.
It's a
Yeah.
very famous ride.
Is it a bicycle
Right.
thing?
It is. My kids would have had no idea what was going on
Right.
if
And
we didn't watch
I
ET.
want to know what the verdict is on ET.
It's still good.
How could it
My
be
kids
bad?
like it.
Even though they erased the guns?
The gun. Yeah, I told my kids. I paused and said, "That guy used to have a gun."
Right.
I thought they reversed that and there's a version where the guns are back.
There's shotguns at some point, like late in the movie during the bike chase,
Mm-hmm.
and you see like the officers with shotguns, and you're like, "What are these?" Even my kids are like, "What are they gonna do with these shotguns with these kids riding bikes?"
Yeah.
Like,
So
are
they,
we
they
just?
brought the
Gonna...
guns back. I was gonna say the guns are back.
I
Yeah.
thought the guy with the key had guns too, though. I thought everybody had like
They had
was
pistols.
strapping
There
in
were
that
some
movie,
pistols,
like
I thought.
pistols and stuff.
I
They
thought
got
the
like
pistols
replaced by
were
like
replaced with radios.
flashlights or radios or
Or
something.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah.
flashlights.
I know they brought it back. I don't know. There's like they made too many versions of it. But anyway,
That still like the special effects and everything, like not the flying special effects,
Right.
but like the ET special effects,
The practical effects.
the
are
practical
good.
effects are still really good.
Because
when you're watching
practical
that.
effects hold up better than CGI effects. They just do.
Well,
Unless they're stop
Sure.
motion.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but stop motion is still fun.
still fun, but
Sure.
it'd been a while since I watched ET. Like, of course, I saw that. I think that was probably the first movie I ever saw in the theaters. Like, I was
That
pretty
makes
young.
sense. Mhm.
I had forgotten about the ET gets drunk scene.
Mm.
Oh, right.
Right, right. You forget that there's like a whole like 15 minutes of ET pounding back some Coors.
Right.
And
And
then-
was it A Quiet Man on TV?
Yes. While Elliot's getting drunk at school because
Mhm.
he can feel
Right.
ET getting drunk.
Right.
Like that was like I completely did not remember this scene at all.
Right. It's a good thing
But-
E.T.
Oh,
wasn't
it's like
horny.
the best scene in the movie.
I know it is a good scene, but it's like, oh yeah, this is very 80s. Like,
Mhm.
let's have
Did
the alien
you,
get drunk.
Did you cry?
No.
Did your children cry?
No.
Okay, I don't.
They're
know.
all made of stone over there in the Shipwreck
Right.
house. Come on.
No, we didn't cry. I mean, yeah, they've seen enough movies at this time. They know like ET's probably not gonna be
Real.
good and real and real. Pretty solid. Pretty solid though.
yeah,
Like,
I'd watch that again. Sure.
and they kept on like asking questions like, why is this the Imperial March playing?
Mhm.
It's
I don't even
Oh,
remember.
there's that one sec. It's like for a little bit, right?
it's a little bit, but then a lot of the music too. It's just like, oh, this is very close to Star Wars, John Williams. Like the entire soundtrack is just
I
like
mean, that
few
hook,
notes off.
though, that
Yeah.
ET hook is pretty good.
oh yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. But
That's a
the
good-
rest of it is just like, oh, you're kind
I
of
think that lost the Oscar. That's right. It famously lost the Oscar. Do you know what it lost the Oscar to, Chiefy? Don't look
He's
it up.
the new sensation in the nation.
Yes,
Pizza,
Pizza
Boy,
Boy.
USA.
Pizza Boy.
Pizza
You
Boy
could- I
USA
guarantee
was-
you could guess it.
I don't know. What year is it?
The year is 1982.
The Oscar
83?
for music or for Best Picture?
for music and Best Picture. There's a hint. Same movie. E.T. lost to it twice.
It's not like Empire Strikes Back or something.
No, Empire Strikes Back was not an Oscar-nominated
Oh
film.
no, I don't know what.
Here, I'll give you another hint.
I don't know anything. The Running Man.
the Chariots of Fire.
Oh,
Hey, there you go.
Running Man.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum,
Sure. I never saw that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty
pretty
pretty iconic.
Yeah, that's what
Little
E.T. lost it.
Vangelis or whatever. How do you pronounce
That's it,
that?
and that is it. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. So, I mean, it's not hold me, kiss me, kill me, thrill me, but what can you do?
Right.
Not everything is a Batman soundtrack.
That was a pretty good soundtrack.
It was a good soundtrack.
was a good
That had
soundtrack.
"Kiss from a Rose" on it.
Mm-hmm.
Had Bat Dance on it.
No,
No, it
it did
didn't.
not.
Oh, it didn't.
That was on the original Batman.
That was on original Batman. This is the Batman Forever soundtrack. I believe.
Oh, Batman
Yeah.
Forever soundtrack.
the Batman Forever soundtrack is the superior
Mhm.
Batman
Oh,
soundtrack.
it is to the
Yeah.
original Batman soundtrack.
Yes, it
Yeah.
has "Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me" by U2. It has,
But it
"Kiss
has
from a
Prince
Rose."
on the original soundtrack.
Does that have? It has the Susie and the Banshees on there too, right? Or am I making that up?
Yeah, and
Or
it
is that-
has doesn't it have the
There's
Flaming Lips
hit,
song?
too. Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a good soundtrack.
It's a quality soundtrack. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Bat Dance and Party Man, other than it's Bat Dance and Party Man.
Bat Dance was pretty innovative, though.
Was it?
Yeah, it used a lot of samples from the movie, which
I
was
understand.
like pretty early.
I'm
What
familiar
what
with-
year is that? Like 89?
89.
89.
89.
It's like pretty early
It's
for
Batman.
like electronic music,
People call
really.
it Batman 89.
Yeah, Batman 1989.
I mean, it wasn't like the first
That
song. It wasn't like the first type of song to do that, but it was probably
Stop
like
the
the first to be
presses.
popular.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of samples from the movie in there.
Mhm.
I
Just
like
saying.
Prince. I'm not listening to Bat Dance a whole lot,
No.
but I like
I was
Prince.
gonna say I don't know if it holds. I don't really think it holds up, and I say this as the biggest Batman fan I know.
Sure.
So.
I'm just saying it was a little ahead of its time and for sampling, and I think it probably inspired some musicians.
Sure,
Perhaps.
why not?
Who knows? Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Should we do new releases?
Why not?
Okay. I think there's only one big one, and that's Split Fiction, which I think comes out tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, and it's been getting very good reviews on Metacritic. It's in the 90s. That's the EA game that you
It's a
play
co-op game.
Yeah, it's made by that same dude who,
Mhm.
right? Isn't it? Like the guy
The
who,
guy who yells at the awards.
yes, the guy who yells at the awards. His
Yeah.
name is like Vlad the Impaler or something like that. I
I think
don't know.
that's it. Yeah.
Crazy Maurice or something. I don't know. But it's supposed to be very good, and there's some sort of like friend pass or something. So I think maybe probably should have looked this up, but I think
Yes, if someone you know has the game, they can give you the friend
yeah,
pass.
you
so can play
don't
it.
both need to have it, right?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
And it's just supposed to be like a really good mix of platforming and puzzle solving and story. So
Yeah, but I don't have any friends, so it's I'm not gonna be able to play it.
I don't think Mrs. Cheapy's gonna want to play it because
No, the only person who's gonna be able to play this game on this show is Shipwreck.
I don't know. Like I could, but we've tried playing his other games and gotten like A Way Out was one of his, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
This is the yelling guy. And then what was the other one?
I think this is better reviewed though than all those. No, I
Yes.
could be wrong. Yeah,
No, I
right.
think so. Yeah.
Maybe,
All right.
you know,
Oh,
might take a
well,
few.
yeah, we'll check it out then. We'll at least check it out. We've checked out the other ones. We just never felt the need to see them all the way through.
Sure.
But cool.
What's up with the new Carmen San Diego game? Is this like
That is probably based upon that new TV show, right? I'm gonna guess
Okay.
this is not what you're looking for.
right? I mean, I'm not really looking for it anyway, but I'm looking for the nostalgia from the old PC game.
Mhm.
It's probably not that.
It's not that. I think it's more like just a platformer.
74 on Metacritic.
Mm.
That's
Not
right where you
bad.
want to be if you're
Not
Carmen
bad.
San Diego. Yeah,
Right.
they're getting
She found
bonuses.
her.
Teams getting
Found
bonuses.
her right at 74.
That and that Monster Hunter game is a pretty big game. Everyone seems to be playing that right
Okay,
now.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter Wilds, which is not a game I tried playing one Monster Hunter game once and I was like, "Oh, this isn't for me." And that's fine. Not everything needs to be for me. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys gonna check out this new game on the Switch, Call of Warzone? It's
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Sounds like
Quality.
Call of Warzone.
That's on there.
There's no way anyone could
That-
ever get sued with a game title like that.
Right. I assume that's a sequel to Call of Juarez. Is that what they're
Mm-hmm.
going for?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's gotta be what they're looking for.
I think it's made by the same people who made All of Duty. You know that game? The first-person shooter. What is that it for the releases this week?
I think so.
Glover is back.
What does that mean?
It's a game with a sentient glove that
Yeah.
solves puzzles and stuff.
Oh,
Remember Glover from back in the N64 days?
no.
Played as a hand in a
No.
ball.
He looked like the hamburger helper guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm good.
He's back. He's back.
No.
Dizzy Death in the chat says, "You mean Carl on duty?"
Right. That's coming next year.
It's new since we last had a show. I've been playing a lot of Like a Dragon, Yakuza Pirates of Hawaii, or whatever.
Right.
Whatever that game is.
go? How's that going?
You know what? I
don't
like
know
all those
why- that's why I asked
assets.
you.
I like all
That's
those
why I-
assets from the last game. They're all back.
They're all there. They're all right in there.
All of them
They
are right,
jammed them right
there.
in.
They jammed all of my favorite assets from the last two Like a Dragon games. They're all back.
I'm surprised you noticed only having put in like 200 hours between those games. Like you think that, which is what you need to do to finish them. So like pretty much anybody would notice.
I think I'm somewhere around 10 to 12 hours into this one so far. So still in the opening. I'm in chapter 2
Right.
of this game.
Right. The title screen is going to roll soon.
Yeah, it's interesting because the other Like a Dragon games, the ones with Ichiban, are the turn-based RPG kind of wackiness because they're like essentially going on in his head.
You froze
as far
again.
as like,
You froze again.
okay, well, I'm gonna keep talking and I'll unfreeze myself when I'm not talking.
Nice.
This one is the more traditional Yakuza actiony fighting. So all like, I don't know, combos and picking up stuff on the street and hitting people with them. It's still fun, and it has like a whole pirate like ship battling now. So
Like Assassin's Creed.
yeah, but it's limited, right? Like you're sailing around and you're fighting other ships. You've got like machine guns that go like you can shoot straight ahead and you can try to ram people, and then you have cannons that fire off both sides. And yeah, it's ship battle. It's not more than what it needs to be as far as that goes. So and then I don't know, I like it. I'm gonna play it. I'm enjoying my time with it. It's not as good as the Ichiban games, and part of that is because instead of having a party of like 3 other like adults with you that you're like battling in your traditional like RPG style, you have a kid that is with you.
Okay.
And the kid doesn't really do anything but like be an annoying kid, really.
Cool.
What's going on.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
that's the worst in movies, let alone video games.
Like I'm waiting for like this kid to get kidnapped, so I have to go save him because I'm tired of him talking to me.
Right. Maybe he'll get superpowers later.
Maybe, but you're
he
still
wear
like
a
you're assembling
Yankees
your whole crew. Does he wear what?
A Yankees hat?
No, he doesn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can buy him a Yankees hat. I don't think I can dress him. I don't think I can dress his pet tiger. His pet tiger. I gave him a little.
Does the tiger talk?
No, but it brings me things, and it like helps in battle. But I don't know. It's a good game. I actually like that they just reuse all the assets because it allows them to put out new games.
Sure.
And all these other companies could put out new games if they did the same strategy. It's just like, let's make this game good enough to where people will enjoy it and just use all the same assets again.
Oh, did we lose his voice now?
No, I heard him. He's done.
I stopped,
He was done
there you
talking.
There was like a hard cut there. I was like, wait a minute.
That's how I end my sentences.
All right. I heard a pop.
I can Dan Bard this thing, or however you pronounce his name, and just announce my periods at the end.
Could you?
No,
Yeah.
you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
You love me? Question mark.
I'm glad you're enjoying Yakuza.
Please,
Pirates.
please! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
How about some Wombats fortnightly
TP.
news?
Come on, you're not gonna hold us in parentheses. What's going on here?
All right. Anyway, what is going on? Did you see they're gonna have more Tony Hawk Pro Skater remaster mixes?
I think that Shipwreck is probably the most excited out of all three of us.
Yes.
I am. I will play that. I saw that they're gonna add some new content to it.
Mhm.
It looked good. I mean, I saw the video. It looked,
3 and 4
visually
are good.
appealing.
I have a friend who worked at Neversoft during that time frame.
Okay.
I remember when those were coming out, and it was like, because it was around the time where we started the show too, wasn't it? It was like around that era.
1999.
Was that 3 or was that 4? 4 came out.
For 3. The first one came out in 1999.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm talking about 3 and 4.
Probably every year after that.
Yeah, because it was like early. Because he was like, he would like tell me things. He's like, you can't talk about it on the show. I'm like, okay.
2002 it came out.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
4.
4. So yeah. Anyway.
Back when they made video games every year.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Those were the days. And different kinds of video games.
And different kinds of video games.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was cool.
And they gave you one new move in every game.
And the same letters to collect.
Right. No, I'm looking forward to that. 3 and 4 are good games.
Is that what love is?
I don't know what that is, but
Do you want to know?
Wombat's making jokes that 99% of the audience won't get because they're not seeing Shipwreck's scroll on a screen, and
It's
he froze up
pretty-
again.
no, already I froze up. Wow,
Yeah,
that was
but at least
that was
you're
record time.
smiling now.
Yeah, but now it's like a nice big ship smile.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. It's very pleasant.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can deal with that.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Yeah, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I will buy that. And again,
Oh, Shipwreck smiling is going to be great for this next story. So, did you hear that this famous Twitch streamer Amaranth, who I think we've talked about on the show before, her home, she had suffered a home invasion. Did you hear about this, Wombat?
Only because you sent me a link to it.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, I have no interest.
Right.
But
But
go
did you
on with your
read? Did you
story.
hear about it?
No, you sent me a
So,
link to it. That was my
she-
hearing about it.
Yeah, but did you read it? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, I did read
okay.
it. Her home was invaded.
She, she's always posting on her stream about how much money she has and that she's buying gas stations, she's buying fucking
Buying
orchards.
Gas stations.
Yeah, she's
That's
buying.
weird.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show. She makes so much money that she's taking advantage of like tax shelters. She has like financial consultants, and if you own a gas station, you get certain tax breaks or something, whatever. So she's always posting about it, and it's obviously always getting picked up by news outlets because I hear about it. I'm not watching her streams. And apparently recently she went on her stream and she was posting a screenshot of her Bitcoin wallet, which showed that she had $20 million in Bitcoin and some other shit that she was posting about. So it's basically like you're not just seeing her extreme wealth like you see like on like a lot of these other shows like Rich Housewives of whoever, but she's literally like showing you her fucking bank book, right? On the stream. And obviously you're not, you never want to blame the victim, but it's like it's not like a stretch to see that this happened. Like
I don't think I've ever been less interested in a story on this show ever.
Well, add some shit to the outline once in a while, and we can talk about what
I'm
you want to
interested
talk
in
about
this.
it.
I'm interested.
I mean, that's not helpful.
Let's hear it.
I mean, nah, forget it.
No, well, so did they steal over Bitcoin? What happened here?
I mean, it was a shootout and everything. It was pretty. It was
What?
pretty interesting. Like,
A
yeah,
shootout.
yeah.
Who was shooting?
Her ex-husband was there, and she shot one of the intruder. He shot one of the intruders, and he was like, and then they got her, and she went to the hospital.
The intruder was a she.
No, he shot one of the intruders. She went to the hospital. Amaranth went to the hospital. She was pistol whipped by the intruders.
Oh, okay, so she wasn't
Wow.
shot though.
Well, this
She wasn't
isn't
shot.
fun.
She was pistol whipped, and they like demanded the Bitcoin. And,
I don't like this story. I decided
Yeah, I mean, it's not a
for
great
different reasons than Wombat. But
right. I mean, but it's at the end of the, I hate to blame the victim because you never want to blame the victim, but she does like post things to get attention. Like I see whenever she posts about like buying the gas station, like there's news articles about it. Like I see it shows up in the news. So like, sometimes the wrong people are reading the news, I guess. And maybe it's better just to like keep some of your private life private, especially if it's going to bring undesirable people to your house and have them beat you. So I don't know. I just, she could have been killed. It could have just ended. It could have ended really bad.
well,
She's going to sell some of that Bitcoin. She'll probably be selling some of that Bitcoin and buying security now, which is, also like not fun to having to live with security. So it's a bad story all around. But it's a cautionary tale, as they say. Like even the housewives of Beverly Hills and stuff, probably not like showing you like a pile of cash sitting around or like opening their wallets up. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, in other news, Forza Horizon 5 is coming out next month for PlayStation 5, which is another sad tale, I think, in just a different way.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's some. Why is that sad?
I feel it's sad for Microsoft. I feel like
Why?
You
I
don't.
think they
you
got their
don't-
money. I think they got all the money they're going to get from Forza Horizon.
No,
5
for sure-
on
for sure.
Xbox.
Look,
I was gonna say it's not like it's came out a month ago on the Xbox.
no, I'm talking just big picture wise. Like, yes, as a business move, it makes sense, right? Obviously, like they're not making any money, but when you look at the Xbox brand and what's happened over the last,
There is no real Xbox brand anymore.
well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the sad part is that
Everything's an Xbox brand.
I
What are you talking about?
I see. I know. There's
But when
there's a phone
everything in
case. There's a phone
Xbox-
case.
When everything's an Xbox, nothing is an Xbox.
Right, right. And that's sort of what I'm saying. That's the sad part, I guess. Like, technically, it's just a fucking business and a brand, and like, excuse me, who gives a shit? But it is sort of sad that it's like the flag being waved, the white flag. But PlayStation people can enjoy an excellent driving game now,
Yep,
so that's a positive.
it'll be the best driving game on the PlayStation. So there's that.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't played Gran Turismo though.
No, but
Yeah, how good could it
yes.
be? It can't be
Yeah.
good.
I don't think
They just
it's
keep making the same game over and over again.
Yep.
The same unfun game over and over again. Sorry. Did you hear about this this Assassin's Creed Shadows news? And this might be like a new trend in video games, actually, where they're going to have a canon mode. So there's basically a accepted version of the story, you know, like an RPG, like the story can end a few different ways. Usually there's all different endings, but there's going to be one true canon ending for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like when they go on to tell the tale of whomever, there'll be one like real story, and there'll be
when
an
you leave
option.
the Animus.
What's what?
When you leave the Animus.
Right. And you can
You know that thing that no one ever does in Assassin's Creed games because you forget it's a thing in Assassin's
right, because
Creed
it's stupid,
games.
because it's not fun, and like,
Yeah,
why are
it's
we still
never
doing it?
fun. And I love those games. And every time they force you to leave the Animus, like the 2 or 3 times per game, it's like, wait, what? No.
Right. You better be going
Look in
to a
this
strip
hole.
club in this game if you're leaving the Animus, you know, or something like
Seriously.
really different. Like walking around in an office is not it.
No.
Like it's just never it. Like who wants to?
I think in
like-
the Viking one, you like grab something from this hole.
Oh, that's new.
you're
I
not
was
in
like,
an office.
There's a hole. There's a hole. No, there was a hole in the backyard. Oh, you found the ancient axe in the hole, and
Oh,
now that
that's
you
helpful.
touched it, you're gonna have a memory of the person you've been playing as that you're actually interested in.
Yeah. Just let me chop people up.
Yeah, exactly. When do I get to hit people with a hammer again?
Right. So anyway, if you want to play the game with the real story, you can select an option, and then you won't be making choices that would take you off that path, I
Well,
guess.
fingers crossed.
Yes.
All of us that
Yes.
I'm playing this game soon.
Oh, have you asked for a preview?
It's possible that I've already been in communication.
With the black guy in the game?
Yes.
What's his name again? Yazui?
I have no idea.
Yasuke.
Yeah.
Yasui.
Right. I like
enjoy
those
Yazu.
mainline Assassin's Creed games very much.
Yes.
I am a big fan. I would like to be a fan of this. I'm not a big samurai guy. We've talked about this on the show before.
Right.
It's not really my thing.
You
But
kept saying there were no black samurais, and I don't want to play
that
any
is-
games
that
with black
has
samurais.
nothing to do with my feelings towards samurais.
I don't
For the
know. You
record.
kept just go over and over again. You kept saying
I mean,
there
no,
were
it's
no.
not. It's not that. It's that I don't like Asian samurais. I actually prefer non-Asian.
Got it. You like
Mhm.
Tom Cruise samurais.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
When are they making that game?
Yeah. I believe that would be the last one.
Well, to be honest, a lot of people have been saying for a long time, where is the Japanese Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah, I know it's something that a lot of people have wanted. I'm not saying that they shouldn't make that or that people don't want it.
No,
I'm
no,
just
but
saying
it's-
it's not my thing.
The whole the Japan aesthetic, you're saying?
The samurai
But Ninja too. What about Ninja?
ninja, I'm like I don't hate ninjas.
Well, you can be you're a ninja in this too.
Yeah, I know. So I'm hoping ninja stuff is fun.
But you're a girl ninja. Wah, wah.
yeah, I don't like girls. So
Or
I don't like girls.
right,
Yeah.
right.
That's
And you only like
canon.
white samurai.
Exactly.
When are they gonna make? Listen, when are they gonna make the Assassin's Creed game with the white samurai man? They could even have a white samurai woman and a ninja man. That's what
Nope.
we no
Maybe.
maybe white man, white ninja too.
I want it to be Michael Dudikoff in both roles.
Oh, what about Chris Farley as the ninja?
Maybe the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah, exactly. Or the was that Keith Carradine? Not Keith Carradine. Yeah, what is that his name?
There is a Keith Carradine.
No, that's the Revenge of the Nerds.
No, that's Robert Carradine.
Oh, Keith Carradine. Who's the Kung Fu guy from Kung Fu? Robert. No,
That is David
David Carradine. Right.
David Carradine.
Right.
Yes.
The guy who jerked off. in
They're
the
all
closet.
brothers, by the way, so it's fine.
Right.
Yeah. I think only one of them is still alive though.
Right. Right. And that's Robert.
Robert. That's the nerd.
That's,
Louis
I don't
Skolnick, I believe, is the only
Yeah.
one still alive.
I got to work on that. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. But no, I mean, and yet I'm still excited for it. So
yes, of course.
yeah.
I want to play. I want to play a Ninja
I
Assassin's
want it
Creed
to
game.
be great. I want it to be great. I don't know. I don't think that makes me a bad person.
By the way, samurai games are usually good. I feel.
I didn't love Sword of Tsushima, whatever it was. Yeah.
That was your bad. That was a good game. Ghost of
It's just-
Tsushima.
Yeah, it just didn't do it for me.
Okay, it did it for me.
I know, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
I know. Stop
for
saying I'm
liking it.
wrong. All right, I have a trivia question for you. Okay,
Sure.
who's gonna get my trivia
Chariots
question?
of Fire.
No, it's a video
Oh.
game trivia question. Did you know that the PlayStation 3?
Chariots of Fire, the game.
Stop it. PlayStation 3 still gets firmware upgrades.
Yes, I saw it when it came out today.
Okay, do you know why?
Because why not?
Aha! Every year it gets one. Is a little hint.
Daylight savings time?
No.
Oh.
Let's see. Shipwreck. Don't look it up. Don't you fucking look it up. I see you like typing or something.
I'm not.
Okay, don't type.
I'm not
Okay.
typing.
All right. You gonna get it or no?
Every year.
Every
the
year it gets a
PlayStation
firmware
3
update, and it's PlayStation 3, so it's been a long time. So why would the PlayStation 3 get a firmware?
I don't. I don't know. Something with it needs to reset the clock.
Oh, it's not the
somehow.
clock. It's not the clock.
It's not the clock. It's
Nothing to do with the clock. That's the
it-
hint. It has
Nothing
here's the
to do
hint.
with
I'm
the
gonna give you another hint. Nothing
Yeah.
to do with the clock. Nothing
Okay.
to do with network connection. Nothing to do with games. Those are good hints. What do you use a PS3 for? That doesn't involve those things.
Watching movies? Is it to
So
update?
you get a new codec or something.
You get a
for
new
your
you get a
DVD
new
player?
certificate to use the Blu-ray player.
Oh, to use the Blu-ray player.
Yeah,
That's
you need-
right.
it's a
New
license thing.
certificate license. That's right.
Yes, there you go. Wasn't that exciting?
That is exciting.
Nice. All right, let's talk about
When
what
are
we're
they going to
playing.
stop doing those?
When are they going to stop?
Yeah,
Yes, probably pretty fucking soon. I'm
probably
thinking.
soon. When they find out, wait, we're paying? Like,
Someone there is going to listen to the show and they're going to hear us talking about it. And they're
like,
like,
what are we doing?
what?
You can just send them like a $5 coupon towards a PlayStation 5. and
right.
then
We're done.
We're out of this. We're out of this. We can wash our hands out of this.
Wombat, how are you enjoying Avowed still?
I haven't played much more of it. I put it on here because I played more since we did our last show.
Okay.
Obviously, but it's not grabbing me like I wanted it to, and that bums me out.
Is it the combat?
I don't know if it's the combat, if it's the world in general, that it's just I don't find it all that interesting. I think there's way too much talking for very little payoff.
Hmm.
You know, like
I got
I
that
don't,
vibe too.
Yeah. Like it's a lot of, oh, you need to talk to these 3 people. We're going to spread them out really far on the map. And getting there is not going to be that much fun.
You're going to be fighting a lot of shit and dying along the way?
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
The
And then I
combat
set
is
it down-
almost good too, which I feel is frustrating.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like it's like almost good?
It's funny because I set it down to easy. And then easy, I still felt like I was dying too much. So
Okay.
then I set it down to story mode. And that's too easy.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Sure.
well, this isn't fun at all. That's too easy. Like, why is easy too hard and hard and you know it should easy? There's like something missing in between. Like
If I had
wombat
to
level.
guess, my theory is the game could have used more combat tweaking, like more time to make the combat more fun or smoother or something. Because it's a first person like Skyrim, you know, but it's so almost as janky as Skyrim, even though it's so much later.
It's very similar in combat style to Skyrim, but even Skyrim does certain things better. I think the way that Skyrim handles magic is better.
Yeah, on the D-pad, I don't really like shooting
I don't
the
like
spells.
this game clearly was made with a PC in mind. I feel like for the combat with all the buttons that they want you to hit to do all those different things, and I'm like, I think they needed to either streamline this a little differently or figure it out a little. Yeah,
You could be right. I could see the combat being like smoother on the PC too, and maybe easier to navigate just in terms of the performance, even. Because I know when you play, I'm sure you're playing on like the quality mode. I don't think it's 60 frames per second. I'm pretty sure
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but yeah, it's just a little. There's a spark that just isn't there.
Yeah, I agree. I might go back and play it. I haven't deleted it yet. So
No,
we'll
I
see.
haven't deleted it either, but I've been playing more Balatro than I've been playing Avowed. Because
Pretty good game.
Balatro, yeah, that's on Game Pass now, and I like playing it on my TV.
Yeah, I bought that like several months ago, and it
I
is fun
didn't,
on the play.
so
on
I
the TV. You win. You do win.
Mm-hmm.
Ty plays a lot of that. Ty is putting in the hours. I've already forgotten how to play it.
You gotta sometimes you get just a little math involved.
That's why I'm out already. I'm like, oh man, this is giving me a headache.
Don't forget to put the times multipliers at the end of your stack, because then it will time
Ty knows.
everything. If you have it at the beginning, you're gonna get fucked.
I feel like kids today, they're gonna spend time like looking up like how to get the maximum multipliers on a game like Balatro, but not like if they're sick and they like what type of food should I eat when I have a stomach ache or something like that. Like
I feel like that is every child. Just replace the first thing with whatever is popular at the time.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like they know that they have all the information in the palm of their hand with their phone, but they choose to look up things like Balatro strategies and not like how to tie a tie or not, don't drink milk when you have diarrhea. things like that. I don't know. I was thinking of that the other day.
Okay, then.
when I was yelling at Ty about something. Like, what are you doing? Stop spending your time researching things that don't matter.
Well, you
when
got to
could
get them
be
ready for
improving your life.
next year. You won't be around to tell them.
Exactly. I got to get everything in now.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get all my wisdom in now.
Yep.
I don't think like he's taken in all my wisdom yet.
It's gonna take a lifetime for that.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling him. All right, we got one question. Very few questions on Blue Sky. I put out the call, but it was only answered by one or two people. This is from Caster Garden. He says, what's a game or two that you recommend getting distracted in for the next 2 years waiting for midterm elections? I think it's got to be the next Grand Theft Auto game. Isn't that coming out this year?
Is that coming out this year?
That's what they say. That's the rumor. This
could
fall.
Be. It's the one for me. It was the one for me in the last time we had to deal with this, and it still is. And it's Fortnite. Fortnite's great for distracting you.
Right.
It's a great distraction game because there's a lot of little like do these things. There's a lot of little quests to do. Do the little quests. Get things. Level up that. Get the battle pass leveled up. Play it every day. Do your stuff. Same thing. Marvel Snap's really good for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Snap is like Chibi, you talk about this a lot. That whole endorphin rush of opening new things.
Right.
Yeah, Fortnite does not give me that. It doesn't. I don't get that from Fortnite.
You mean
but I do,
what about like when you're playing the game and like looting stuff? You don't get like
there's nope.
That
You don't
get to
but
keep
you
it.
used to get that though, right?
No.
What about did we talk about this? I can't remember if we talked about this in the show I talked about this with Ben Gilbert, but like
opening chests in Fortnite doesn't
not that though, not that. not opening the chest, but like, let's say you get into like the top 10, you're playing the game, you're
Oh,
down to
winning?
like you're
Winning
down
in
to the
Fortnite?
end.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do you still get that?
Yeah.
See, I don't get that anymore. I don't get that feeling anymore.
Sorry. But in Marvel Snap, opening a thing and getting like a special reward,
Uh-huh.
like a variant, like, oh look, it's a card I already own, but a different picture.
Right.
It doesn't do anything. It shouldn't get me excited. And yet here I am taking screenshots and texting them to my friends
Right.
who I play the game with and being like, look what I got. And then he's texting me, look what I got. And we're so excited like morons.
Right.
But
I got
you know,
Spider-Man's gold cod piece.
Yeah,
Check this shit out.
I would say that it's not as dumb as that, but no,
It
it
is,
is
right?
100% as dumb as that. But if you're really looking for a distraction, you could do worse. I mean, it's
hear
a
you.
fun game. It's still a fun game. If it wasn't, I wouldn't still be playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of scratches that itch, though. So those would be my recommendations. If you really wanted something that'll kind of suck you in, I would say play Marvel Snap,
All right.
which is free to play on your phone, or Fortnite, which is free to play on everything that's also an Xbox.
Yep. You can get Black Widow's panties. You can get like a nice white pair.
Well, I got a Beta Ray Bill and I put a sparkly gold border on it.
Sparkle.
So when you pull his hammer also has the sparkly gold border on it, and then you can play them both.
All right, Wombat, you go pull that guy's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Barnacle Bill?
Beta Ray Bill.
Right. I remember that guy.
You do.
That's it. I guess.
Yeah.
I will say that Apex Legends updated and they're doing this thing where all the weapons are like the best. Like there's not much point in looting. Like when you open the chests, every weapon is gold.
Okay.
And that like completely ruins the game. Like
Is that the whole
they're just
game
gonna-
now?
They'll take it away and fix it, and it'll be like, oh yeah, the game's new again.
well, they add that. I think it's definitely for a limited time, but like
Sure, it is.
I mean, they announced that it's for a limited time. But
Right.
why? Why even do that? Like that's
Because then when they take it away, guess what? It's a new limited time. Where
right.
everything's back.
Back to like the point. That's like
Can I introduce you to Fortnite OG? And
well, they've done that too. They've done that. They've done,
Yeah.
they copied that already. They went back to the original, all that shit. But like looting is one of the like the big factors of the game in terms of like providing satisfaction.
What if it wasn't? What if it wasn't?
Right, then the game sucks. I'm like, look, I'm not good at the game. Like, I'm not good at shooting people. You know, I'm gonna lose most of the time in a gunfight. But I get satisfaction out of opening the chests and finding good things. When you take the only thing that I like out and that I'm good at, because I take the character that's good at looting. There's like a looting character, Loba. And so she's useless now in this new mode because you automatically getting everything. So I don't know what they're doing. You know what they're doing. Now I know what they're doing. They're just
Yeah, you know, you're going to be
stringing
back
me
in
along.
2 weeks.
Right.
When they're like, oh, everything's back.
right.
Sniper rifles are back in Fortnite.
Yeah, it's not a
Great.
great sniper rifle though.
Wait, they
Well,
took sniper rifles
Yeah,
out?
they take sniper rifles out like every other season.
Why?
Mhm.
Well, now I know why.
Because
they're fucking with us.
There was a
Right.
season.
That's all it is now. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Psychological
Snipers.
fuckery.
right.
Yeah, there was a season where like the whole game was just all sniper rifles all the time, and it
Oy.
was kind of lame. And you don't want that, especially if you're me and you don't want to just use sniper rifles all the time.
I don't like being manipulated psychologically by these battle royale games.
Yeah,
I mean, if they're gonna do it, just keep it the same, right? If you're gonna manipulate me, my endorphins and whatnot, just keep it the same. Don't be like pulling shit out for 2 weeks, so it's fucking me up.
I will
I need
say
to keep it the same.
I got a solo win yesterday in Fortnite, just trying to get some challenges done, and I wound up winning,
Nice.
and it was pretty cool. I'm
Nice.
like, yeah,
Mazel.
this is pretty cool.
All right. This was pretty cool. Also,
Mm-hmm.
I would say not to say that we're cool, but we're pretty cool.
Sure, pretty cool.
Cool enough, as they say. Ship, you gonna have this camera sorted out for next time, or maybe you need a new system. Really? You
Yeah,
can invest in it.
I'll figure it out. Give me some time. I'll get it figured out.
How about 2 weeks?
It was all. We might have to do some Zoom calls because this was all working perfectly without the Zoom portion of it.
For your coworker. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, you didn't try it out with your coworkers over Zoom.
I don't work from home.
Oh, right. Never? Not even 1 day a week? Nah.
Not anymore, really.
Nah. In Ohio, that's not going to fly. In New
Why
York,
is it in Ohio?
I don't know. Because we're more progressive in New York. People are trying to hold on to that
Did
stuff.
you see the woman who went to a Mexican restaurant in Ohio and was offended that there were Mexicans in the Mexican restaurant? And she
Oh, I did.
let
I
them
heard
know
about that. And she wrote on the tip like 0, go back to your country or something.
Yeah.
And then she got fired from her job.
Yeah, at a Mexican restaurant in Ohio. She didn't like that there were Mexicans. This world.
Not all Ohio is like that. Just
I
that
hope
lady.
not. Just that lady.
And
Now I have to look up where in Ohio that was.
yeah, I meant to tell you about that. I saw that and I was like, I was wondering too how close that was to you.
That made me laugh.
Or if you knew that person.
That's pretty
Let me see here.
stupid.
Oh, it's gonna be local because I see what news station covered it.
Right.
Oh no.
Maybe she used to work at your company.
It's his next door neighbor.
Hey, maybe you're getting a promotion.
It's his babysitter.
It's his boss.
Oh, it's Columbus.
Aw.
It's Columbus, so it's
Okay.
not immediately local.
All right.
So
I'm sorry. Those we just don't know about yet.
Mhm.
All right. That's too much show. You've been
Yeah, you're
entertained
right.
too much. We can all
Yep.
agree.
Yep.
We will see you later.
All right. Bread's done.